It's hay time on the ranch, which means long, hot days of cutting hay, raking hay, baling hay, hauling hay. It's a really busy time. The family's been out there working quite a bit today, so I'm gonna take them some ice cold water and big old monster cookies. It'll keep their energy level up a bit. Now, monster cookies have a million ingredients, but it's really just about throwing it all in the mixer. So I'll start with 2 sticks of softened butter, and then I'll add ½ a cup of white sugar and 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar. I'm sort of partial to brown sugar, so I always put more of it in recipes than white. Brown sugar just gives things a deeper flavor, always a deeper color. Yum, yum. I just love it. And then I'll just cream the sugars and the butter together. All right, that's all creamed together. If I had a toasted English muffin, I'd spread that on it. All right, now I'll put in 2 eggs, and then I'll splash in a good tablespoon of vanilla. I love vanilla almost as much as I love brown sugar. Just mix it real quick. Okay, now for the dry ingredients, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. These monster cookies are very forgiving. You can just sort of dump things in there and they always turn out yummy. Okay, and then ½ a teaspoon of baking soda. I also love this recipe because you don't have to sift things together. Very, very easy. And then a teaspoon of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of salt. And now I'll mix these together. Lots of throwing in and mixing. Oh, and the familiar cloud of flour. It's a standard thing when I mix. All right, that's nice and smooth, so now I'm gonna move on to the more exciting ingredients. I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of regular oats. These cookies have so much going on. Everywhere you turn, there's a new texture or flavor. And then a heaping cup of chocolate candies, and then add a little more. I love these things, especially in cookies. Next comes about 3/4 cup of chocolate chips. And then I'm gonna chop up ½ cup of pecans. These monster cookies are great because you really can add whatever you want. You can use peanut butter chips, cinnamon chips. You could even do white chocolate chips and throw in some macadamia nuts. Ooh, that sounds good. I love recipes that are flexible, ones that allow you to add whatever you have in your pantry. It's especially good for me because I live in the country, can't run to the store to get precise items sometimes, so I'm often left to wing it. All right, so I'll just throw in the pecans, and now I'll mix in all these yummy, exciting ingredients. Oh my, I could eat this dough for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So yummy. All right, that's all mixed in. Delicious. I have one more ingredient to add, 2¼ cups of rice cereal. It adds a really wonderful crunch to the cookies. Now I'll just really gently mix that in. Doesn't take too much. You don't want to totally crunch it up. All right, looks perfect. I've got 3 baking sheets and a 2-ounce scoop. I am armed for battle. All right, you get 18 monster cookies out of this deal. Now, they're partly called monster cookies because there are so many ingredients in them, but they're also called monster cookies because they bake and spread out so much, so you don't want to crowd them too much in the pan. So you want to bake these at 375 for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're nice and chewy and golden brown and wonderful. The cookies are all baked and cooled and they're packed up for the hay haulers. I've also got a bunch of bottles of water packed. My secret in the hot summertime is to freeze the bottles. Then I take them out while they're still frozen. By the time the guys need them, they're still icy cold. Sassy?
Thank you.
Give that to Papa, Bryce. Here, give Papa a bottle of water too. Cookie!
Bryce, you might bring us an extra cookie or two we can take with us.
We better take an extra cookie with us.
Papa wants an extra one. All right, I'm gonna run over and give cookies to the other group. Hey guys!
Hey, Mom!
You guys want a cookie?
Yeah!
Here you go, Toddy.
These are really good, Mom.
Good.